Welcome back, guys. We're back in the Epic Victory, tail number November Niner 78 Alpha Romeo. I'm just doing a quick flight from KLAX, which I unfortunately do not have a scenery for, up to Spokane, Washington, KGEG, or Kilo Golf Echo Golf. It's about a 3-hour, 13-minute flight. So we're going to put in at 50 gallons an hour, that's 200, no, it's 150. There's an extra half an hour or so of fuel on board. I'm just double checking the winds aloft real quick. See if we can't get a nice tailwind. Nope, but I am going up to 14,000 feet. There's that. So fuel's correct, baggage is correct, no passengers. Let's take the flags and shocks off and close the door. Jump inside here and start the plane up real quick. Battery, fuel is correct. Avionics and fuel pump on.
User disconnected from your channel.
Please remain seated while we taxi for takeoff. The in-flight movie today will be David Zoolander.
That is my wonderful friend over in TeamSpeak. Joker, say hello.
Hello, Joker.
Smartass. Alright, let's actually start the plane. Igniter on. Starter generator should be on. Autopilot and trim on. Very good. Right now I'm just going to turn on my beacon light. Just have to modify this real quick. There we go. Wonderful. All right. We were departing runway 24 left. Everything else should be set up correctly. Intended runway is 21, that's correct. Approach is correct. Alright. So there's that. Turn on the first level here and get our altitude set up correctly, which is 14. Normally you'd wait for clearance, but we're just going to climb to altitude and make a day of it. And then let's make sure that the autopilot is set to the correct source. There we go. Let's bring that up. Wonderful. All right. Now let's check controls.
You know, Anthony, I made it to the point in the game where I'm researching nukes.
That's an interesting thing to hear on a game about... I guess it is correct.
I'm also researching rocket technology. Well, not yet, but I'm getting the bonuses for it. So I research faster.
Let me just get radio frequencies up real quick. Oh, my radios aren't on. Let's fix that. Should be 13565. There we go. I'm gonna hit that to get rid of the wonderful.
Los Angeles INTL information Foxtrot. 2100 Zulu weather. Sky clear, visibility more than 10. Temperature 2.13.
2989.
Altimeter 2989. Arriving and departing runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right. Advise on initial contact you have Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, alright. Now we won't actually be using ATC today because the default ATC for this sim is not the best, and I simply don't have the disposable income to buy a functional placement. Well, that's supposed to be clearance. Let's see if we can't get ground. 121 4. There we go. And they're calling that clearance and departure. Works for me. And then tower is 1339. There we go. Wonderful. I'll just keep that pulled up real quick. All right. Now we are departing runway 24 left. Which is... Alright. So that's heading 251, just in case something goes scurry. We'll deal with that later. That should be on. Give me nav, strobe, and taxi. All right. Let's turn around and head back that way. And let's see if we can't get 24 left. Brakes off.
back.
Welcome back, Greg. I'm just recording takeoff and climb to altitude.
Okay.
That's too far right. There's too far left. No traffic, just because I didn't feel like faffing about with it. Here we go, 2-4 left approach. And I know at least one of you guys is going to tell me I'm not following the checklists. That is correct. I have temporarily lost the checklists.
Approaching runway 24 left.
So I'm doing this mostly by memory. Alright. Make sure we're not moving. And back to idle. Wonderful. One notch of flaps. We are going to turn, the igniter stays on, that stays off. That's all fine. That's all fine. Turn that off. And that's all fine. Test this. And then there's one more down here we have to test. Not that one. Ah, here it is. Alright, that's all good. At this point, we'd have contacted clearance. They've guided us up to this point. Request departure.
Approaching runway 24 left. Entered runway 24 left.
You know, guys, what should I name my, wonderful version of Betty over here? Joker or Greg?
Sorry about
You have any suggestions?
that. For what?
Naming my, automatic co-pilot here.
Approaching runway 24 right.
Yeah, that works. Adolf.
I'm not calling my automatic pilot Adolf just because you lost the war, Angus. Alright, so here's the hold short line.
Approaching runway 24
We're just
left.
gonna go right past it. Flaps are in takeoff position.
Entered runway 24 left.
Everything seems to be going well. Should have checked for traffic, but I know there isn't any. That is correct. Now here's a bit where I tend to disagree with the documentation. It says you can lift off at, I think it's 85. I have a lot of trouble getting this plane off the ground at less than 120. Rotate. Positive climb rate, gear up. Flaps up. Come on. Get above 2,000. Yeah, you're very upset with me. And there's nav. $3,000. I'll get her above 5,000 and then let the autopilot have her. However, we will be climbing at a nice 180. Not the 150 it defaulted to. That's 4,000. $5,000. Now let's be a little bit nicer on the engines. Climb out at roughly 90%. Igniter comes off. Fuel auto select comes on. And manually switch to the right tank. Outside air is off. You can come off. I'll keep you on. Don't need you, don't need you. You're all fine. When we get to 12,000, I'll turn the high pressure air on. And we'll be good to go. At some point they would have advised us to switch that. My bad. And there we were. Man, I gotta get some scenery for this area. And back inside. There we go. Now we're coming into a left bank. Finally getting back on that line. That looks good. 10,000 feet. Winds are fine. And we're good to go. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh well. Pretty awesome view. And back to where we were. Change heading to 7. Ah. Okay, wind correction angle, that's what I'm forgetting. Okay. 326 it is. We're above 12,000. High pressure air. Nav lights can come off. Thousand feet left in our climb. There's that beautiful indicator right there that shows when we're supposed to reach that. Indicated time for the next waypoint isn't too bad. 11 minutes, 39 minutes, hour 40, hour 10. 2:23. No. I'll look into why it does that with the time. Not sure. That's a little concerning. That tells me I did not put this in correctly. Well, we'll see. We're on course so far. And that is 14,000. Everything over there is fine. Everything over here is fine. Interesting clouds. Alright. That is a quick takeoff and climb in the Epic Victory. See you guys for the landing. Happy flying.